Michael Wynn. I do business management for labels and promoters and production companies all around the country. Started my career as a rap artist back in 1981, so I'm first generation hip hop, and I was there from the beginning. I'm talking about looking at the radio, amazed, hearing Sugar Hill Gang and Curtis Blow and King Tim III, you know, knowing that's the first time you heard some rap records on the radio. That's how far I go back. Started my rap career, went in the Army, got out the Army, started promoting myself, ran into this DJ named Smooth CP up at WAIC 91.9. That's when they had a strong urban show, and gave him my demo. He said, why don't you come by the studio up in Winnick next week, and I want to introduce you to some people. That very next night, little did I know, I went to the USA skating ring, and there was some people doing a rap show. And I had this thing where I felt like I had a microphone, my instrumental record, I'm going to go around and rock. And I remember crashing this group called the Diabolic MCs set and bothering them while they were performing. Hey, man, can I perform? Can I perform after y'all? Little did I know that was the same guy I met at the Winnick recording studio that Smooth CP introduced me to. So I was like, wow, I know these guys. You know, and that's when Death Force was born. It was Sam Bradley, a.k.a. Shorty B, Daphne D, Money Mike, Smooth CP put us together. And I remember Daphne had a roommate. I can't think of her name, but she was integral in the beginning stages. We eventually started doing shows as three MCs. It was two. Eventually it was two, but we started with three MCs. And a lot of people don't know we had a female MC down with us for a minute. We eventually went on to another manager. He backed us, putting out a record called That's Life. That was real fun working with my man Aaron Williams, and we were able to open up doors through our career off of that record because we were the only rap group in Springfield, Massachusetts, putting the record out. We're talking 86, 87, 89, you know. Eventually, we put out a second record, Descriptions of the Heart, What's Going On. So that was our second release. But in between those times of us releasing music, we was putting out promo songs. But we started DFO Records, where we started helping put in other artists, help them put their music out. And people were coming to us saying, man, how did y'all do that? Help us. And then I remember the first one was Tony Tone. Oh, man. Get some more butts than a toilet seat. Remember that verse? Yeah. And we put his cassette out, and that was our first artist out. And we went on to rock music, salsa merengue, rock, Clubhouse, Latin Express, Watcher, Joe Salins. We put out a very diverse roster of music. Eventually, we opened up a studio on Boston Road. I'm going to give credit where credit due. Sam always had a marketing strategy. Make the competition work for you. Let's get other people who hotter than us or hot with us down with us. And so when, you know what I mean? And so we were doing, we knew we wasn't the best MCs in the round. We knew we didn't have the, you know, but we knew we had enough street business savvy to include everybody. And that's another thing that happens too with fame. They say fame brings out your true personality. If you're a jerk, you're going to be a bigger jerk when you get fame. When you get your money, you're going to be a bigger, you know what I mean? If you're generous and kind. So me and Sam's natural personalities came out when we got our little status. Come on, be down with us. You know, it was what's going on right here, you know? And I would say we would put people on and help them out that were our competition. So I ain't going to sit here and say it was all lovey-dovey. We did full marketing and strategy along with it was the right thing to do. And what had happened is we started doing Russ Associated type of label. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, RAL label, where Def Jam had Rockefeller. It had the Rough Riders. So we did an affiliation of that. So we went to people and said, hey, you can keep your own entity. We'll distribute you. You'll be down with us. We'll do this together. And what's something's unprecedented, especially for black males, we don't want to come together. So that was a lot to do with our personalities and marketing strategy. And I'm glad that we had an impact on those guys' lives. You know, and when I was looking at the past footage that you guys did, and Sam would update me and send it, man, I was a tearjerker to get the love like that, man. Because I ain't seen Rockwild in a minute. For him to go ahead and tag me and say I had an impact. Now that happened, whereas I got into the consulting piece, and they said, well, Mike, we seen what you did with DFO. We heard of 91 North. We seen Liz, LIZ. We seen what y'all did with Latin Express. Help us put out Rockwalla's project. So people was watching, which we didn't realize, you know. And that was cool. I remember Joe Salins, and when he was down, he said, man, y'all putting out records, y'all got an office, let me be down with y'all. And that's what we did, you know.
And I would like to say too, I mean, if we can expound on this, not only did we took some of those people in as artists, we took some of those people in as business partners.
There we go. That's
you know, we had Rick Marshall, we had Sandra, we had Alex.
Yeah.
So talk about those.
And that's funny too. That brings up one of my philosophies, period. And I got that from my DFO's experience. Again, I'm gonna give a credit to me and Sam. I had natural leadership. Sam had natural leadership from his sports and college and high school days. You was a natural leader, Sam. You know, and you expounded that into the music game, right along as you was an MC. And so for me, one of the things as a consultant that I tell people, and I have to practice what I preach, and I practice what I preach, was you got to have a team. And wearing all those hats ain't cool. And either you wearing all those hats for a few reasons. Either you cheat, don't trust nobody, think you know everything. Sometimes it's all three. Cheat, think you know everything, don't trust nobody.